Hello, followers of the Academy. If you haven't been living under a rock for the past couple of days, you will have realized that, there's this game that has come out called Palworld. It's a great game, I love it. But, to me, it was sort of like kind of jokes, right? People were saying, "Oh, it's like Pokemon with guns," and it was really funny. It was sort of like everyone was like, "It's sort of like Fortnite," and Pokemon had a baby. Not to get graphic. I mean, I'm not gonna say how that happens or whatever, but but golly, like man, Palworld, Pokemon with guns, and it was this joke, and it was this whole thing. Well, Nintendo, they made Pokemon, they love Pokemon, they made it, and, Nintendo, they're not so happy about this. No. I've been hearing reports, anonymous reports. The Academy, we have sources, and it's not a joke. And I feel pretty terrible for the creators of Palworld, those creators. Pocket Pair Incorporated. God, these men. I assume men. Game development is predominantly a male-dominated field, so I'm gonna say men, even though there are probably women that work there, non-binary people that work there. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean, it's just like it sounds better to say men than women or people, right? I mean, it just sounds better. It sounds more, it sounds gooder. You could say it sounds gooder. So, Palworld, Pocket Pair, these fellas, these men that made this game. Jail time. It's gonna happen. Nintendo is going to sue the F out of them. I almost cursed. I'm not going to curse. I never curse. But I can tell you that was a really close call, and it's almost like I probably should have, because it's a big deal. I don't support what Nintendo's doing, by the way. I don't. I think that, like, Nintendo, their obsession with, we own Pokemon, like... Pokemon, it's in the heart and the minds of children everywhere. Or, children and young adults, and even older adults. I mean, pretty much any adult who ever played Pokemon, which is a lot of, adults and babies and children and all kinds of people. Anyone who's ever played Pokemon, it's basically like, hey, we own Pokemon too. You fucking pieces of trash. Nintendo keeps it up. It's yeah, I don't know. They treat fucking indie developers like fucking trash. How the fuck do you expect these people to live? Actually, they don't, right? I mean, they want to put them in fucking Oz. You know what I mean? Oz. You ever watch that fucking show Oz? That's what Nintendo wants. They want to put them in Oz because no one else could own Pokemon at fucking Nintendo. No one else. I mean, I saw someone tweet. Well, not a tweet. It's a post. It's X now. It's not Twitter. And it was, it's a terrible, 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 tweet post, I should say. They said they said this, and it was a terrible thing. I don't want to repeat it, but I'm going to repeat it. It's tragic. They said Japan deserved Hiroshima and Nagasaki because of this. I was like, wow, don't say something like that. That right there is pretty bad. I personally, I would say Japan didn't deserve Hiroshima and Nagasaki because of this. I wouldn't say that. No, I certainly wouldn't. Nintendo. You son of a fucking bitches. Hey, hashtag Team Palworld. Hashtag, make it popular. Hey, foulpranks.com. This video is being brought to you in part by foulpranks.com, the home of crude, funny, and stupid. Foulpranks.com offers a wide selection of clothing, with a ton of absolutely ridiculous t-shirts and hats. The designs are also used on cups, can coolers, and also flags. Foulpranks.com is also the best way to prank a friend, family member, or even coworker. Foulpranks will directly and 100% anonymously send the prank package of your choosing to your intended target. Each prank package comes with tissue paper inside of it to make it seem like there's something in there, a card that lets the victim know they've been pranked, and you have the option to add in a free personalized note. And finally, to make it all the more embarrassing, you have the option to have to make them sign for it by hand. If you have an immature sense of humor, foulpranks.com is the place for you. And you can use code INFINITE for 10% off.